Hey, how's it going, guys? Yaniv here, and today we're going to talk about how to find profitable products to sell on Amazon. Now, many of you guys might know actually exactly how to find those products, but one thing you guys might not know, and what I've realized from talking to my students and also from a lot of you guys here on YouTube, is that one thing you guys have trouble with is how to avoid those products and those niches that are going to become saturated or that are saturated. Actually, there's been one person in particular that made me make this video, and it felt really bad, but they reached out to me and they were selling a baby milestone blanket. Now, if you guys don't know, baby milestone blankets are incredibly saturated. And at this point, to get into that market is almost impossible. There's just hundreds upon hundreds of sellers. But when you go to the actual, when you go on Amazon, you can see, and I'll put up a screenshot here, it actually looks like a pretty good product to sell. And that's exactly why I'm making this video, because I've realized to answer the question how to find profitable products to sell on Amazon, you first need to understand how to avoid the negative markets and the negative niches that are going to lose you a ton of money. So without wasting any more time, guys, let's get right into the video and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's go over what 95% of people do, because herein lies the actual issue. The first thing that a lot of people are going to do is they're going to start with product research. They're going to look for high revenue and low review products. Now, that's essentially what we're looking for, but there's a lot more to it than that. They then go and talk to manufacturers or something like that, and they figure out that the profit margin is above 30% and the ROI is above 100. Now, these are good benchmarks to have, right? After that, once they realize that, they go on to a seasonality check. Hopefully, these two next things are sometimes not even done, but for the most part, I think a lot of you guys know to do them. So, making sure the product will sell year round, and then also a simple patent check to make sure that the product isn't patented, because the last thing you want is your product to be taken off Amazon because you're infringing on a patent. So that's what 95% of sellers do. And the typical results from those sellers is they either enter an oversaturated market. Usually they spend thousands of dollars on PPC trying to dig themselves out of that market and potentially get to the first page. They might even spend tons of money on a giveaway service, and all for nothing, right? Because the market is just too saturated. The worst thing on Amazon is not having a lot of reviews or going up against someone with a lot of reviews. It's going up against a saturated market, because in that case, nobody wins. So what happens after these people is that they get discouraged, blame Amazon FBA, and blame it on saturation. While this is true because they did go into a saturated niche, the whole of Amazon is not saturated. And I'm going to show you guys exactly in this video, like I said, how to avoid those negative saturated markets so that you can find profitable products to sell, right? So let's go into the next thing. So what I teach instead, right? I teach proper market due diligence. I can't even speak. And that's what we're going to go over in this video, right? The proper market due diligence to make sure that the product you're going to is not saturated. And number two is, this is quite clear if you guys have watched me for a long time here, you know that I don't spend any PPC or giveaways or anything on a product that does not have reviews yet, just because Amazon is a social proof platform and you need reviews to make money. All right. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. So let's go straight into my strategy here, guys. We're going to go over my strategy, part 1 of 3. So I've actually made a similar video to this in the past, but back then I didn't have as many subscribers as I do now. And also I feel like now I'm much better at explaining it. So I've kind of taken some points from that video, and I've also added a lot more to make it a lot better. All right. So let's go to strategy 1 of 3, right? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our Seller Central. All right, so now that we're here, what you want to do is you want to click on catalog, add a product, and it'll take you to this page. And then we're going to press search. And what this is basically going to do is it's going to pull up every single listing on Amazon that matches the keyword letterboard. Because, if we're trying to go into letterboard, we want to make sure that they're, it's not a saturated market. So in this case, there's a ton of search results here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the search results and just count out how many there are, right? If there's tons and tons of different letterboards, that might not be something you want to go into, right? So let's go back to my strategy here. And I kind of have some criteria for you guys to make kind of easier for you. So if you find more than 30 to 40 active listings, the market might already be saturated, all right? And that might not be the best product to go into. And if most of those new listings that you found are actually new, so they've launched maybe in the past 30 or 50 days, you want to, like I said here, you want to run, all right? So let me go back in there and just explain a little bit further. So let's open up like this product right here, all right? And what we're gonna try to do here is we're gonna try to see, so that's 12 customer reviews, and it came out, so I'm gonna use the keep a graph here. It came out 326 days ago, so it's not new, all right? Like I said, new is between 30 to 60 days, I would say, or anything less than 60 days. Then we can keep going through it. And like I said, you want to be able to find, open them up and see. And you also want to check that they're actually active. So if we open this up and we check that it's active, so this is the first review. So this doesn't even have a single review. So it's not even a new listing. It's 148 days. So, you know, this is an active listing. And if there's about 30 to 40 of these, you want to probably stay away from this market. Even though when we type in Letterboard and we open up the Jungle Scout, you can see that there's, you know, 24,000 with 66 reviews. You know, there's some profitable kind of products, in 20,000 with 53 reviews, some profitable products, but they really just is a pretty saturated market at this point. So it's not a very safe bet to go into something like this. So that is my strategy, part 1 of 3. Part 2 of 3 is we're going to use JumpSend. And if you guys don't know what JumpSend is, basically just a deals website. We're going to go into it and make sure that there's not a ton of deals and discounts on our product, because if there are, then that's going to be a problem, right? So if there's more than 5 offers, it's probably a saturated niche. And if there's you know, more than 5 offers and most of them are new, then that's definitely one that you want to run away from. So let's head over to JumpSend and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let's type in Letterboard and press search. And in this case, you can see, right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letterboards selling. So it's, you know, right on our threshold there of 5. So it might, you know, again, be a saturated thing to look into. So it's easy, it's pretty simple like this. And then what you want to do is you want to open up, let's say, open up one of them, click view on Amazon. And if these are new ones, so 4 reviews, how new is this listing? 8 days, right? So that is exactly what you want to look out for. So if a lot of these JumpSend ones are new, which they probably will be, it's kind of something that you want to watch out for. So here's another one, 4. And this is the last one I'm going to show you guys. But this one is also, see, this one's 12 days. So as you can see, most of these JumpSend ones are very new, and they're probably meaning that there's a lot of people coming to the market. It's going to get even more saturated. And the last thing you want to do is, you know, start ordering your product now, because you're probably going to get into it way too late. All right. So that is my strategy 2 of 3. And lastly, the strategy 3 of 3 is Facebook. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go into some Facebook groups, some promotional Facebook groups, and we're going to find, we're going to type in, you know, different products that we're looking to sell. And if there are more than 3 offers on Facebook, then that's probably saturated. And if most of those are new, again, you want to be very, very careful of that. So what you want to do is you want to go into Facebook and you want to type in like Amazon discounts, Amazon promotions, Amazon, you know, deals, anything like that, and join all those groups. And once you get into some of those groups, right, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into photos, and you're going to want to go through the photos and see if your product is showing up here. If your product is these CD drives, okay, and you want to go into them, this is probably a concern to you. So if you're finding, you know, lots of different, you know, sellers trying to promote their product in here, it might be a problem. Another thing you want to do is, again, you know, join many groups here, because one is probably not a good idea. Another thing you can do is you can just search the group. So you can just write like Letterboard. So let's see in this group if anyone is actually selling a Letterboard. So as you can see here, there are no results found in Letterboard in this group. So go through a ton of groups and see if there's any people promoting it. And if there are, you need to stay away from those. And I also know that there are people out there who are, you know, already in these bad niches. They've already invested money into these bad niches and these saturated niches, and they need help. So if you guys, you know, I don't know how many there are, but if you guys need help, then leave a comment down below. Let me know that you want me to put out a video to show you and help you actually sell through those inventory, because there are some super easy ways and super fast methods you can use to right away get your products to start selling more. So leave a comment down below, leave a like down below, and I will know to release that video, guys. If you want to check out some cool videos too, you can check out right there. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. All right, go check out those videos, and I will see you guys next time.